So just take a little time to settle in, to find a posture that feels really supportive to you today. And that could be seated or lying, whatever works best. There's no expectation. So just take a moment and sense into the body and see where it wants to be. And once you get yourself sort of set up in that supportive posture, allow the eyes to close or soften. And just letting your awareness draw inward. You might begin helping yourself really arrive in the body by sensing the places of connection where the body comes in contact with the mat or the floor or the chair, whatever it is you happen to be resting on, and whatever parts of the body connect down. So if you're practicing lying, really sense the whole back of the body. And you might notice any sort of tension or holding in the body and see if you can just allow the body to begin to soften and settle into those places of connection. That feeling of arriving. As you settle into that stillness, that steadiness, you can just notice what's here. You might first begin by just sensing how the body is right now. Scanning through the body with a lot of tenderness and care. Noticing whatever sensations are here, the places that feel naturally open, pleasant, and including in that kind awareness the places that feel a little tense or anxious. Sensing how the body is right now. Noticing that there might be all kinds of different sensations and states in the body. And they can exist together. And just becoming aware. Sometimes we're holding tension in a place that we aren't even aware of. And sometimes all it takes to invite that space to soften is just to notice it. And begin to notice the energy of the mind, not as a separate thing from the body, but just including or expanding our awareness to include the mind. Notice the sort of pace of thoughts or the mood of thoughts that are alive for you this morning. As you sense into whatever's there, whatever activities of the mind are the most present. Notice sort of the opinions and attitudes you have about what you notice. Again, sensing it all with a lot of kindness and care. You might bring your awareness for a moment to just that quality of kind attention. Feel the inherent spaciousness in the nature of that. Whether you're noticing something pleasant and peaceful or something where there's a little difficulty, there's this field of kindness to that awareness. And just sensing the goodness of that for a moment. You can begin to steady awareness a little more by following the movement or rhythm of the breath in the body if you like. Or if it feels really grounding to you, you can always just rest awareness back in those places of connection where the body meets the earth. Just finding a place to steady and stabilize awareness. We'll stay with that for a few minutes, knowing that the nature of awareness will shift from time to time. You'll become aware of thoughts or sensations or sounds, and that's not a problem. You simply want to be aware of when awareness moves away from your chosen point of focus. Notice where it goes. Can name it if it's helpful, and then come back. The movement of breath or the feeling of the body grounded. As many times as it moves away, simply gently and kindly bring it back, feeling that steadiness of awareness. And you'll notice often pretty quickly, if you weren't able to sense it at the start, the mood of the mind. Notice if you have a habit of, again, making that a problem or having a judgment about it. And instead, see if you can, fall back into that kind attention where, okay, there's busy mind today or worried mind or peaceful mind. And sensing that kind quality of awareness as you come back to some steady anchor. Remembering that we work with this single pointed attention, this sort of stabilizing the mind, so that ultimately the sort of things that pull us away begin to melt away, begin to settle. And that inner wisdom, that inner being that we are, can come fully forward. So, whether you experience that today in some small way or not, remembering that this isn't a sort of generic practice, that we're strengthening our ability to narrow our attention so that ultimately the distractions fall away. And we get to really rest in that truth of who we are, its vastness and limitlessness. So, even the simple anchoring practice really means something. Coming back again and again to the body in some way, to the body breathing, to the body grounded and connected to the earth. It's supportive naming whatever moves through your awareness, whatever really grabs you. Just a quick, soft mental note before that return to the body. If something moves through that's challenging or difficult in some way, and you really feel the whole system respond, and come back to that, sensing the kind quality of awareness. And sometimes I sort of sense that quality as like a dear, supportive friend. And you can feel the way that quality of awareness can, with a lot of tenderness, help you hold difficulty if it presents itself, just like a dear friend would. And when you turn your awareness to the kind quality of attention, you can feel sometimes the body just soften. You feel supported and trust that it can hold what's here. And once there's that softening, you can return again the groundedness in the body, the stability there through the breath, the connection to the earth. Feeling the goodness again of that capacity you have to notice, to pay attention, and to care for whatever your experience is as it unfolds moment to moment. You might notice how the body responds to that kind awareness. What does it feel like in the body? Can you allow the goodness of that feeling to expand, to get as big as you can make it? And the places in the body that it doesn't quite reach, can you invite that goodness into those spaces as well? Nothing left out. Is there warmth, a color? What do you notice about this feeling of goodness expanding through the body, pervading the body? You might sense the care that you have for your community, the world in general. And if you'd like to, you can imagine that field of kindness and care radiating from the inside out, expanding beyond the body. Sometimes I imagine that I can just saturate the world around me with this quality of tenderness and care that the world so much needs. When you feel ready to, letting your awareness come back into your own body and the rhythm of your breath. And the groundedness, these places of contact where the body is supported by the earth. You can invite the eyes to open as they feel ready to. Beginning to open your awareness to the space around you. Bring the hands together at the heart. Feeling that sense of gratitude for your practice, the support of your practice. May your practice nourish and sustain you. May it become a benefit for all beings everywhere. Namaste.